So good morning, guys. Welcome back to another trading session. It is Wednesday, NFP week. So yeah, I hope you're doing well. Yesterday was quite a fun day. It was a bond day, I assume. So I hope you did well yesterday. It was quite a hard day to get in because we didn't had not much a manipulation to the downside to catch some longs. And yeah, honestly, I was just observing the entry. I could have entered somewhere near here, but honestly, as soon as I missed it, I knew that okay, this is a trade that I will probably not be able to catch. And yeah, it really it really didn't give me any chance to catch it. But yeah, today it's a new day, and let's see if we can catch anything today. Well, looking into the 15-minute chart, we can see that previous day high has been taken already. We still have previous week high to be taken. We formed some relative equal highs here as well. But what I'm looking is usually to form my bias, I look for some kind of accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. So in this case, knowing that Asia always offers the accumulation, it started right at 9:30 in 9:30 in the night, um, and as soon as 2 a.m. hit, we started to manipulate price to the upside, taking out previous day high. So buy side liquidity is taken, and then we started to accumulate once again. But there's one thing that is missing, that is the distribution. As soon as we hit 8:15, the distribution started. It formed right away a fair value gap here, but and it really took Asia lows, as you can see here. It would have been cleaner if and these Asia lows would stay intact, but yeah, sometimes it happens. But honestly, I'm expecting some lower distribution. We are right at event horizon as well, um, and we are digging inside the 15-minute fair value gap right at the open as well. So what I'm expecting is a down move, reaching for some type of imbalances that has been left here from yesterday's price action. We still have these lows here as well, the 2 p.m. Lows from yesterday's price action. But yeah, I would consider eventually something a bit lower, probably near the new week opening gap, because if you measure this this lag, you you should you should be able to see that equilibrium is right next to the new opening gap here. So this is a order block as well, which might eventually support price to the downside. Um, Keep in mind that we will have some news driver here as well. I guess we will. That's kind of strange because it said that we would have news driver at 9:45 and 10, but it disappeared and I don't know why. Kind of weird. Yeah, there we go. So 9:45 and 10, we have PMI and PMI final as well. So I really will wait for this new driver to hit and then see if we respect this bearish 15-minute fair value gap. And if so, we will eventually seek for lower prices here, and I will try to grab some shorts here. Otherwise, price can eventually go to the upside and keep grinding higher because we still have previous week high to be taken as well, and we have the N walk right above it as well. So this is kind of a tricky situation because honestly, it would be clearer if the Asia lows would have been stayed intact, but yeah, sometimes price just does this type of harsh retraces to the downside and gives us no chance to do whatsoever. So I will take this manipulation here out, the accumulation, the manipulation, and the distribution. This is just to for us to have a cleaner idea about what price wants to do. And now I will really wait for 9:30, which is this candle already. So yeah, so this is 9:30 open. Price keeps grinding to the upside. So what I eventually would like to see is a rejection of this 15-minute fair value gap. If this one gets rejected, then I would be confident about a lower grind and a lower movement to the downside, trying to reach for the new week opening gap. But if price really keeps grinding higher, then I will have to consider relative equal highs and previous week high as well. Looking into NQ and the ES, yeah, they are doing some similar job. Yeah, they are doing a similar job. On the 15-minute, you can see that there is some type of an SMT in between NQ and the NDS, but yeah, both are pushing higher right now, right at the open and on a pre-open basis. So yeah, we will just wait for the news to hit, and then we will eventually take take some action. Um, but so far, bullish prices are in place, and bullish PD arrays are being respected. So we will wait for the the first presented fair value gap. Keep in mind that if you have a 9:30 candle presenting you a fair value gap, you should not consider this as the first presented fair value gap. You should consider the next one, because this fair value gap is formed due to the open volatility, so that should not be considered as a first presented. So yeah, let's wait a bit more and see if we really will dig a bit higher, or if we will start to deliver some lower prices. So far, NQ seems to be the stronger one. So price really came above the 15-minute fair value gap here, as you might see here on, yeah, as you might see here, we completely disrespected it. So we should eventually run to these relative equal highs. There we go, taking out relative equal highs. So if you look into the 4-hour chart, you can see that there's quite none, or yeah, there's quite no sort of retracement to the downside. The only retracement that we got was at the in between 2 to 3 of June. Otherwise, it's been a ride to the upside, honestly. And yeah, it's sometimes it can be frustrating to see price just one sided, not offering us um, any chance to interact with it. Uh, but I guess that's the new order of things, honestly. Well, so far, we don't have any fair value gap. Uh, you can eventually consider these types, um, these types of gaps a fair value gap, but I don't tend to use this as fair value gaps. ICT called them the implied fair value gaps, but yeah, I tried to search for clean fair value gaps, and this is not the first presented fair value gap because this is the 930 candle, and you should not consider 930 candle as the first presented fair value gap. So keep that in mind. You should wait for the first candle that can eventually present you a fair value gap should be the 931, and since then we don't have any clean fair value gap. Meanwhile, NQ already has one. The 936 candle is the fair value gap. So yeah, let's continue to wait and see what we what we really have to work with. So far, a big stretch to the upside. Um, Price not giving us any chance to do anything. Just a one-sided hand here, a one-sided move. And Q being the faster and the strongest one so far. So relative equal highs have been taken. And now let's see if we have some type of um, seek for downside, or if we continue to the upside, since we have previous week high here. Let me just check NQ. NQ is yeah, is right above it as well. So here on ES, I'm trying to wait for the first presented fair value gap. It usually gives us a how can I say this? It usually gives us a sense of where price can eventually retrace, or where price can eventually support. Imagine that you have some type of a bullish bias to the upside, um, and there's a fair value gap right here. Imagine this. Just imagine this. Imagine that this is a first presented fair value gap here. So if you have a bullish bias and price is really doing this, this should eventually act as support here and move price higher. Um, this should be the strongest fair value gap as soon as we open. So this is just a measure of confidence, and that will give you some type of confidence as well. So yeah, prices it's kind of wild. Just digging to the upside. No stops. Notice that we have, if we look into the 15 minutes, we still have some liquidity here, and we still have some imbalances on this way to the upside as well. So yeah, but I guess we will, at this point, I guess we will reach for previous week high. Looking at um, looking into it, you have the sell side of the curve, and this presents you the buy side curve. So it can eventually really retrace go to previous week high here. But yeah, I will stay. I will stay. I will still wait for something more cleaner to happen, and then I will eventually take some action, because this up only move doesn't mean anything to me, honestly. It's kind of frustrating because you see that there's a lot of handles involved. 13, okay, that's not so much, but yeah, the market is moving, and you might think, oh my god, market is moving, and I'm still here waiting for something to happen, but it is what it is. Even if you don't catch anything today, there there will be always tomorrow, so keep that in mind. So relative equal highs has been taken, and now price is moving back. So on ES, this should be, if we close here around here, this should be the first presented fair value gap here on ES. This should be, and this could eventually be really good here, because we took relative equal highs. We kind of enticed players to go long here, picked out a breakout to the upside, um, picking out an exit of the, or an inversion of the 15-minute fair value gap. Yeah, that can be a nice move to the downside here. Start, I mean. Right now we have 1 minute before the first news, and we have the first presented fair value gap as well. So right now, if you have a bearish bias, this should act as resistance here. If you have a bullish bias and are really, and if you are really waiting for previous week high, this should get inverted and offer us some kind of support to project price to the upside. So that's the real importance of the first presented fair value gap here. So 950, 945, I mean, I will mark the macro, which is 950 to 1010. So yes, really digging to the upside, inverting the first presented fair value gap here. And here trying to do the same, but it's not so far in the upside here. It kind of stopped in the midpoint of this fair value gap. And yes, really stopped here. Price right now is in a premium, as you can see. We are above 9:30 open, 8:30 open, and midnight open. So price is really into a premium right now. Let's wait for 10 a.m. news. We have about 10 minutes as well. Yeah, so far since the open, price just reached for these relative equal highs. As soon as it touched it, it displaced to the downside, forming the first presented fair value gap. It's now trading above it. And um, logically, the next step should be price going to previous week high. But I will wait for 10 a.m. because we will have a news driver at 10 a.m. here. US ISM services PMI, to see what really will happen, because price really stopped here and it's not giving as much. And if you look into NQ seems to be a bit weaker now. It kind of delivered with strength right at the open, and with a lot of strength to the upside, but as soon as it displaced to the downside, it really stopped. So it seems like price is waiting for some news driver as well. So that's why I like to wait for news to happen before entering something. And now we have displacement to the downside right at 950. A quick displacement. We still have 9 minutes for the news driver. And now I would like to see if the first presented fair value gap gets really respected or not, or if it's just some type of a manipulation to the downside. We are inside a macro as well. Price coming back to the first presented, reaching for it. Yeah, but at this point, NQ and ES are not doing the same thing. NQ is struggling to get above. It's not inside this kind of range. It is still here, somewhere here. So yeah, it's kind of tricky. Price coming back down once again. On NQ, it seems like it wants lower prices, honestly. Seems like it wants to reach for this liquidity here on NQ, but ES is not that convinced already. We still have 5 minutes. 5 minutes before the news driver to it. The first news driver didn't move the market in any type of way, you know. Yeah, it's just made this green candle here, but nothing special. For short positions, it's kind of tricky here because honestly, kind of formed these relative equal highs here on ES. Um, and Q as well, but NQ it's a bit clearer. It has some fair value gaps here, some bearish ones. But let's see if we take another hit to the upside. We still have 4 minutes before the news driver to hit. And this price action is kind of messy here, as you can see. Nothing is really clean here. Unless we go get above here, then we would have some kind of a breaker, but not that clean anyway. Price coming back above and coming for the first presented fair value gap here. We still have 1 minute before the news driver to hit. Price really trying to get inside of the first presented. See, that's what I was talking about. This is one of the strongest fair value gaps here. As soon as the market opens, it attracts a lot of it acts like a magnet, and yeah, price can really get attracted to it. And boom, there we have 10 a.m. news. Damn, this was really a candle. So now I would like to see if the strength to the downside really holds, or if we will move higher. Because right now we have some type of a smooth edge here, which I really don't like. We have data lows here as well. And now I will start to mark these PD arrays if they get respected or not. Yeah, see, that's why you should wait for the news driver to hit. Imagine that you were long or something else. Even if you were short, you would have not had the time to do anything. So this should be the bearish fair value gap here. It's a tiny one, but it's really presented. So yeah, at this point, I think we will head lower, at least until data lows here. The only question is, where should I enter, right? We still have to wait for something to present here because yeah, there's not much. Price is still kind of volatile here. Let's see if 930 holds or not. Yeah, you could eventually do something like this, where you have your stop loss above this order block here, reach for data lows. Looking into the 3 minutes. Yeah, we got a BPR here. This one got inverted. Yeah, this should this should be a short here. But I really would like to see price coming back above once again. So data lows will be hit just like expected. There we go. And we might have some more sell side. Here the 4-hour candle low as well. Seems like we respected the midpoint of the 15-minute fair value gap here. And we will probably head lower. I just would like to see price coming back to one of these PD arrays here. Price rejecting event horizon as well. And just displacing here. Well, the read of price has been quite accurate, honestly. It really did what I was expecting. But entering has been quite difficult, honestly. Because where should I enter here, right? So let's see if price really gives us another move to the upside, at least at this fair value gap here. Looking into the 3 minutes, just let me check here. price really inverting this bearish fair value gap here. If you look into the 3-minute, we can see that price can eventually come to this point here, which is 9:30 open. So it really came here. This is the order block, the bearish one. Notice that we left some sell side behind here. Yeah, price is kind of hard to read right now. Yeah, on the 4-hour NQ and ES have some SMT. NQ was able to take out the low, while ES not. ES is pushing higher right now. And NQ is trying to follow. Yeah, we really inverted this one. The macro just ended. So I guess we will have to wait for the next macro. The price now came back to the 15-minute fair value gap here. Remember when I told you that these highs here would, this edge here was too perfect? Yeah, this edge here was too smooth. So we are inside the order block on the and the fair value gap on the 3 minute. I will take the short because the short that doesn't make sense right now. Yeah, really hard price action to read, honestly. But it's quite usual. Whenever you have NFP weak, um, price action should be quite hard to understand and to read. So yeah, it honestly it doesn't surprise me at all. Well, at this point, I think higher prices are in place because we have this smooth edge to the upside. Prices respecting it inverted this fair value gap here. It is respecting this one right here as well. It is trying to get above the order block too. We are above. Notice how 8:30 open, midnight open got rejected. Event horizon as well. So I guess higher prices will come. At least until previous day high, I guess. Just let me see if I got some kind of a yeah. I don't believe we will go that lower, honestly. Yeah, price not able to get above the order block. It's waiting for a retrace here. It would be nice to see price coming back to this inverted fair value gap. But it kind of stalled here, honestly. So if we would have to go to 50% of the 15-minute fair value of the 15-minute wick, yeah, we should reach for this level here. So let's see. Let's see if we will have some move to the upside here, at least until previous week high. Yeah, so far price is kind of tricky. But honestly, it really should give us what we want because we rejected midnight open, 8:30 open, event horizon. We are trying to reject 9:30 open as well. We did we was not able to we were not able, I mean, to maintain price action below the midpoint of this bearish fair value gap here. So yeah, I think we have some kind of a low liquidity run here as well. So yeah, it might give us that. But I would like to see price disrespect the first presented fair value gap here completely, getting above it, not giving us any chance to do some type of a retrace. I would like to see it disrespected. Pushing higher. So right now, price can eventually we can eventually take a measure to where price wants to go. I don't know if this will be. Yeah, this is a stretched one, honestly. And there's not much confluences here as well. So the first presented fair value gap here acting as resistance as expected. But I'm looking for these highs here. Would like to see them purged. And Q is still pushing to the upside as well. So right now, I believe that this first presented fair value gap will act as resistance, like usual. Let's see if we get another push to the upside here. Yeah, I'm giving some time for price to break that first presented fair value gap, honestly, because it really tends to be quite annoying when it's acting as resistance or eventually as yeah, in this case as resistance. It is a strong PD array, so price really needs some time to digest it. So the reason why I kept my stop so long here. As you can see, I could have taken the stop, I don't know, maybe below this fair value gap here. But since price was wicking so much and doing a lot of damage, I decided to play safe and at least have three PD arrays above my stop, which is this fair value gap here, this order block here, and the inverted one here. So at this point, I could eventually minimize my risk, decrease my risk a little bit. But yeah, I will give some room to the market. I don't believe we will go here. Otherwise, I will cut the trade off. But yeah, I'm not putting my I'm not moving my stop loss to break even yet because eventually price can eventually come a little bit lower. And yeah, I wouldn't like to see my stop get triggered at break even just to move in the direction that I wanted. So that's why I'm not moving my stop to break even yet. Just giving the market some time here. Yo, flow 73. Yeah, it is live, brother. How you doing? Yeah, I'm fine, brother. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm trading, as you can see. Do you trade as well, or are you a gamer, or what do you do for a living? Oh, nice. You're trading forex. Yeah, I've been into forex, but I moved to futures. Um, yeah, mainly because futures gives you some nicer commissions, some nicer spreads. It doesn't have the the slippage that forex has. Yeah, it has a lot. It has a lot of benefits, honestly. you should you should check how the futures market works, and because charts are charts, they're all the same. If you trade forex or futures or commodities or crypto, um, the charts are, they behave always the same. The only thing that's different, it's the environment that you are trading in. What I mean with that is, the brokers, in your case, the brokers, you have one broker that will put the euro USD in one price, and you have another broker that will put euro USD in another price, and that does not happen in futures because it's a regulated environment that you are trading into. That's why I moved from forex to futures. But since you are learning, um, you should search for ICT, ICT concepts. That's what I'm trading. ICT concepts provides you a lot of knowledge and a lot of models. You know, um, so if you are really into learning, yeah, you should search for that. You can search it in on YouTube, and you can search it on Twitter as well. You can find a lot of info about it. Yeah, but be prepared. It's kind of how should I say it? Yeah, it's not that complex, but the density and the volume of concepts, it's kind of deep. So, but you can learn it for free, just like I did. Yeah. So right now, price is really coming once again to my break even. I'm just allowing this retrace, but honestly, I would like to see price coming back once above, once again. I mean, we have relative equal highs here. We have some smooth edges around here as well. So I believe this is the retrace, the manipulation to the downside, that will entice some more players to get shorts. Yes, brother, I am a full-time trader. Yes, that's what I do for a living. Excuse me. That's what I do for a living right now. Yeah, but it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time just to make it a full-time job and a full-time um, earning method. And not every day is a green day. You have to be conscious about that. Honestly, you will have some losses. You will have some losing strikes. Yeah, it's it's kind of a hard environment and a hard profession. Well, full time, I have been trading for about yeah, 2 years, about 2 years. Yeah, it's not I'm not in my best. honestly. I think I have a lot to progress still, and I have a lot to evolve as well. But yeah, it's a journey, and it's a long journey. But yeah, if you want to learn a bit, just just to search and study ICT concepts. I think they are the best that we will really have. Um, and and yeah, you can watch my streams as well. I tend to teach some of those concepts along the way. So price is now retracing back to 930 open. I'm expecting this fair value gap here to hold. We may take out these lows here eventually, but I'm expecting price to retrace to the upside, coming back to the upside once again. Otherwise, we still have this inverted fair value gap here. Yeah, but look how the first presented fair value gap just acted as a major resistance here, not allowing price to get above it. Um, it usually does these types of things, and um, it usually gives you a hard time as soon as we encounter it as a resistance to where we want to price get into. So we have 5 minutes to the next macro, the 1050 to 1110 macro. This should be the last macro of the New York AM session. Just let me see if my stop. Mm, yeah, my stop is below the first two OTE levels, so it should be fine. But yeah, not liking how price just got rejected from here. 930 open should eventually hold as well. Yeah, my stop loss is kind of down here just to I usually tend to have, and if you study ICT concepts, you should always have three PD arrays securing your stop loss. You have this one here, the fair value gap. Then you have this order block, which is this red candle here, and the inverted fair value gap. So three PD arrays are securing your stop loss. If you if these three PD arrays really get disrespected, then you might be wrong, and price will probably go in and in the other direction. That's why I have my stop loss so so far away from the entry price. So basically, I'm allowing price to do these types of things here. That's why. So now I'm expecting a move to the upside once again. And if price is not able to give me that move to the upside, I will probably have to take the position out. Oh, we have a Portuguese mate here on YouTube. Welcome, Bruno. Como é que estás, pá? Tudo bem? Obrigado pela subscrição, pá. Yeah, so far the decision to make my stop loss that large was a good idea. Um, Even if I had reduced my risk, I would have probably get stopped out. I knew that price needed some type of a retrace to the downside, um, and it really came for 50% here, as you can see on the OT levels. So right now, I would like to see a continuation to the upside. If price really does not give us, we might consolidate for the rest of the session. But since we are 1 minute away from the macro as well, 10:50 to 11:10, well, this should give us some fuel to the upside, and that's what I'm expecting. So yeah, price really coming back to my fair value gap here. Not liking how price is really acting here. It's kind of back and forth action. Yeah, not really liking how price. Just let me check here the 3 minutes. Yeah, Wix really doing the damage here, but it seems like we will retrace lower. And Q is really holding better than ES, honestly. But since we are inside a macro, it should give us some type of fuel. Should it should really give us some fuel eventually to the upside, because that's our main draw. We have relative equal highs, these smooth edges still here. We have these relative equal highs as well. And the main draw is previous week high. So if price really does not come out of this 15-minute fair value gap to the upside, we'll eventually take out this position, because it doesn't make sense to be in some type of a market that does not respond to macros or the the price action that you really want to be delivered. Well, let's see if we get another opportunity to the upside. If not, I will probably cut this trade and eventually be with you guys here a bit more. But yeah, but ending the stream soon, honestly. Price action is, as you can see, if I zoom out a little bit, you can see that, yeah, it's kind of annoying. We had this action here, but nothing else, as you can see here. And yeah, that's quite usual when you have a NFP week with NFP on Friday. It is quite usual. So if you're trading, I advise you to stop trading on Wednesday. This should be the last session that you should trade. Otherwise, you will end up in a environment where liquidity has been engineered, and where you will probably be the liquidity. So, what does it mean? Well, it means that on Friday you can eventually expect some manual intervention with NFP release, and that NFP release and that manual intervention will trigger all that liquidity that has been engineered from Wednesday to Friday. So all of this that you are seeing here, it might be already um, engineered liquidity. So if price really stays here and does not um, and does not behave in a normal way, which should be getting all this here, then we are already probably in a environment where where liquidity is being engineered. Yeah, there are days where you can make money and days where you don't. Yes, yes, that's completely true. Whoever says that, oh, I have a 80% winning strike, I do money, I make money all the time. Yeah, they are just trying to deceive you and just trying to sell you something, or simply just lying to you. That's not possible. You will have some losses, and you will have to manage those losses, and you will have to be able to yeah to resist to those losses. That's why you have some money management concepts as well that you should respect, some risk to reward concepts that you should also respect. And yeah, overall, you should be profitable, and overall, you should be making money. But it doesn't mean that you will make money every day and that you will have a 100% winning strike. That's impossible. There will always be some type of um, some type of human error. There will always be some type of I don't know. You will miss a news driver. You will miss something. You are human, so yeah, that's normal. Yeah, those who tend to sell high win rates, they always have a 10 pip, or they always have a risk to reward ratio that's not comp- that's that's not possible to maintain in the long term. If you ask them for about a 1 year or 2 years or 3 years of a record, they will not give it to you because that's impossible. Ten, if you risk 10 to make two, that's impossible. You will have to every time you lose, you will have to win 5 times. That's not possible, right? So in terms of risk to reward, what I'm searching in the market is always um, I usually don't trade um, less than a 1 to 2 ratio. So this is the minimum that you see here that I trade here 2.0. Yeah, 2.0 is the minimum, and it won't probably allow me to get any type of partials. So that's why I did not take partials here, um, because I'm playing with the minimum risk to reward ratio that I'm allowed, which is a 1 to 2. But you should eventually try to search for higher risk to reward ratios always. Well, now that price really came and retested this area and took out these lows, as I was telling you, now it's time for us to reduce some risk here. Um, NQ is way stronger, honestly. It really took out these highs already. Um, so now I will reduce my risk a little bit, not that much because we still have these lows that are a bit too clean. So I will allow and we'll put this here. So this was the initial risk, and now I'm just risking a bit less. Honestly, I would like to see, because this trade is it's getting me annoyed. Honestly, uh, looking at NQ is way above. It's around here already. Yeah. Um, so ES is struggling a lot with this first presented fair value gap, and it's annoying me, honestly, because as soon as NQ hits these highs here, yeah, that will be tricky. That will be tricky for ES. Yeah, I'm not cashing out right now because I don't have any. I don't have. I still believe we will go here, and I'm not cashing out because I haven't reached my 1 hour. That's another rule that I'm trying to implement. As I hit 1 hour, I'm allowed to cash out, and my 1 hour is about 250 to yeah 250. It was 250, I think. But yeah, this trade is taking too much time, honestly. Even the macro, which is a time window where volatility is injected, and you can see that it really injected some type of volatility. I will eventually let this trade run until 11:10, or even, yeah, we are inside 11 already. But yeah, that's the maximum that I will allow. It's 11:10. Otherwise, I will cut out the trade. Yeah, this is a typical high resistance environment. With high resistance, I mean that you should expect um, retraces, deeper retraces here. Um, this is a low resistance environment here. And whenever you have these types of retraces, that's what we call high resistance. So whenever we have high resistance, we have to be a little bit patient with price. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Flo. Have a nice day. And yeah, stay tuned, brother. Stay tuned. I will try to be here every day, and yeah, keep keep working on it, and you will achieve great things. Thank you. So NQ is really heading to the upside, and as soon as it takes these highs here, I will probably cut out the trade as well. It's been, yeah, it's almost been a 1 hour trade. Well, at this point, I will limit sell 5 probably at these highs, and then it will leave a runner to the upside. I believe we will hit them. Let's see if we can get another push here. And Q trying to push a little bit higher as well. Another push to the upside should be done soon. Yeah, but as you can see, price is really slow. It's it's almost waiting for something. So I'm expecting another push here, and Q is trying to do the same. But as you can see, price is really slow right now. And we will probably go lower first, trying to get out these lows. So yeah, since the market is so slow and we are already, just let me check. Yeah, we are entering the 2 hour mark here on the stream. At this point, I will probably take out my partial and leave the rest as a runner until I saw liquidity here, previous week high. At this point, I will have to move my stop loss to break even as well. But yeah, it would be normal to see price coming down a little bit more. But since we are just with price stagnating here inside the first presented fair value gap, yeah, I'm not allowing it much more time. We are already outside the macro as well. So yeah. So at this point, there are only two options: or price will come here, or it will trigger my break even stop loss. Um, and yeah, I guess it's done for today as well. Not that much of a not that much of an action here, honestly. Um, Only the open was quite interesting to see here with this the downside action, but besides that, yeah, it was kind of a stagnating price action, which is normal because in 2 days we will have NFP, and NFP will eventually um, deliver something. So yeah, um, I think I will end the stream here. Thank you very much for being there. Thank you very much for interacting with me as well. And yeah, I guess see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is that day that you should not take any trades, but I will be tape reading. And yeah, thank you once again, and see you tomorrow once again. Thank you.